teams are looking to recover after less than optimal performances last time out. Haywards Heath hosted Preston Nomads. There were 2 changes to the Preston Nomads side that got dominated by Horsham. Danny Ibrahim and Harry Eastman in for Jonty Jenner and Zain Khan. And Chris Blunt and Percy Morris played instead of Guy Moore and Zach Goulds. Nav Patel would open the bowling at the Sydney Road end. Johnny Phelps and Jethro Menzies the first batters up. And Harry Eastman bowled around the wicket from the pavilion end. And it's fair to say Phelps enjoyed Eastman's bowling, 13 off the over, 12 of which going from the batter Phelps. But Menzies not enjoying the bowling of Patel. An incredibly long wait for the umpire to give him out. But Nav Patel got to that first wicket on the board. Jethro Menzies gone just second ball. Haywards Heath 15 for 1. Umar Amin practically opening, batting at 3. And Harry Eastman getting his payback on Johnny Phelps. Phelps not expecting the bounce, and it going into the hands of James McKemmy behind the stumps. So Phelps gone for 18. And Haywards Heath 20 for 2. Josh Frame also practically opening the batting. But also gone early as well. James McKemmy getting his second catch off of the bowling of Harry Eastman. And Haywards Heath 3 wickets down within the early part of the match. Captain Callum Smith hoping to marshal the troops. But not able to do anything about that one. James McKemmy had his 3rd catch, this time off the bowling of Nav Patel, and Haywards Heath 21 for 4. Skipper Smith gone for just the 1. Umar Amin not even off the mark down the other end. And Joe Maskell joining him in. Haywards Heath very much in trouble. Joe Maskell looking to try and instigate a counter-attack, bringing up the 50 without any further wickets after the 21. And Preston Nomads looking to swing the momentum back in their favour. Stuart Faith on at the pavilion end and Daniel Ibrahim at the Sydney Road end. Umar Amin chipping it up to the fielder. That was only just in the ring. And Stuart Faith had his first. Preston Nomads breaking the momentum. A partnership that started to build up. 56 runs in it. But Umar Amin, after 24 off of 57, not quite ever getting comfortable with the pitch. He was gone. And Ben Matthew joined at 7. And Haywards Heath still needing to string a partnership together. But it wouldn't be Matthew who'd be part of that partnership. James McKemmy having the day of his life behind the stumps. The fourth wicket falling in his gloves. And the 6th wicket overall. Ollie Moore in at 8. And getting the inside edge, Danny Ibrahim had his second. Ollie Moore chopping onto the stumps for just the 3 runs. Haywards Heath, 94 for 7. And Chris Blunt demonstrating we've still got a strong batting lineup, even down to 9. And we were going to need it here. Callan Fowler into the attack. And into the wickets as well. Chris Blunt not seeing the spin. And edging it off to the slip. Daniel Phillips. Blunt gone for 4. 110 for 8 for Haywards Heath. And Joe Maskell was joined by Percy Morris. With Harry Eastman back on to try and rattle through the tail. But his spell didn't last long, as it was decided, with the spin that Fowler was finding, that Lewis Wells should have a go himself. Joe Maskell's not had the greatest time of it so far this season with the bat. So this, his first League 50 of the season, will feel so very good. Especially in the conditions and under the pressure he was facing. He's been a leader for Haywards Heath today. With Maskell and Morris starting to build up a partnership, pace came back on Nav Patel at the Sydney Road end. But Maskell accelerating and getting the first 6 of the innings. Patel hitting back. Morris caught behind. James McKemmy had his 5th. And Morris gone for 25. 9 down now for Haywards Heath. 166 on the board. Into the 49th over. Raf Gull into the batting lineup. Callum Fowler into the bowling attack at the top end. And that would be that for Haywards Heath and for Joe Maskell. Gone for 66. Raf Gull unbeaten on 1 at the other end. And Haywards Heath all out for 170 after 49 overs. Joe Maskell doing the majority of the heavy lifting. And putting a total on the board that was a bit more defendable than it would have been had they not had him. It would need to be a good effort from Haywards Heath's bowling attack. Ollie Moore would kick us off. Jaden Barter-Short and Daniel Phillips the batters. And Raf Gull, typically the opener at the Sydney Road end, would take the Pavilion end. High in the air from Barter-Short. But what could be a crucial missed opportunity, 35 for none. But taken the next over in a similar part of the field. Chris Blunt getting the catch of Phillips while Barter-Short survived. Raf Gull had Daniel Phillips gone for just the 9 runs. And Haywards Heath, knowing they had to put on a concerted effort to overcome Preston Nomads, were happy with 37 for 1. Danny Ibrahim in at 3, while Barter-Short accelerated the strike rate. With that shot, Barter-Short brought up the 50 for Preston Nomads. Danny Ibrahim still not off the mark, but 52 for 1 off a 9.1. The first changes for Haywards Heath demonstrated what kind of a pitch it was. Callum Smith at the Sydney Road end. And Johnny Phelps at the Pavilion end. But a shot falling just short of his 50. A very good attacking innings ended by Johnny Phelps, getting the stumps knocked over and getting the opener knocked over. 77 for 2. Bear in mind he was dropped earlier on. Joe Mustoe in at 4, but he was gone straight away. Johnny Phelps getting the LBW, and just 2 balls into his innings, Joe Mustoe fell. Haywards Heath back in this game, 79 for 3. Harry Eastman in at 5. Johnny Phelps making light work of the top order. Incredible reactions from temporary keeper Ben Matthew behind the stumps, and Danny Ibrahim fell, and almost quite literally fell, for just the 18 runs. Johnny Phelps' figures 3 for 8, and Nomads 4 for 89. Felix Venter in at 5, Josh Frame into the attack, and Haywards Heath very much still in this match. LBW shout once again, the umpire liking to take his time, but liking that wicket. Josh Frame getting his first. And Felix Venter was gone for just the 2 runs. Nav Patel trying to marshal his troops home, but he wouldn't do it alongside Harry Eastman. The edge of the bat was found. Josh Frame had his second. Callum Smith took the catch. 7 runs for Harry Eastman, and the collapse was well and truly on for Preston Nomads. 105 for 6 after being just 77 for 1. Stuart Faith in and Stuart Faith back out. Josh Frame getting their number 8 for a duck, and they needed the tail to wag. Callum Fowler joined Patel. Who picked up the first 6 of the innings. Another RBW shout. Umpire in no doubt about that one. Callum Fowler gone. Josh Frame absolutely cleaning up here. His 4th wicket. And Nomads looking shaky. Umar Amin into the attack. First ball up, LBW call. Umpire not keen. Lewis Wells is the batter in at 10. And I think it's going to be the catches that might cost Haywards Heath this game. Joe Maskell hoping to be as heroic with the ball as with the bat. As the innings heads to a close, it's either going to have to be Haywards Heath bowling Preston Nomads out, or Nomads knocking that score off. And with 6 runs needed, it felt like only a matter of time. Loose throw at the stumps. Correct Preston Nomads ever closer. Well fielded to keep the game alive, but the throw less direct than he would have wanted it, and Patel takes them over the line. 39 off of 70, squeaking over the line.